C-Dub on the beat.
Hey, yo, what's happening, man? This is your guy, Most of Great, live and direct, where we ride for respect. Do me a favor, tap that like button, share this, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell so you be tuned in to the latest and the greatest. And on today's topic, we are talking about gang members versus gang bangers. Let me give a quick disclaimer before I start this video. I know none of these people in the pictures on these thumbnails. This is for educational purposes only. I am a nerd, I am a square, and I am just talking about things that I've heard. Now that we got that out the way, gang bangers versus gang members. Now, there are a lot of people who are under the assumption that just because there's a big gang, and I'm just gonna use 60s, you know what I'm saying, the 60s for an example, because they're probably one of the most popular gangs in the United States aside from the East Coast Crips and Grape Street and things of that nature, right? They're under the assumption that just because it's a big gang that everybody from the gang is just a rider, that they're unaliver, they all steppers, you know what I'm saying, and they all with the function, and that's the furthest thing from the truth, especially with a lot of big gangs. And no disrespect to the 6-0s, you know what I'm saying, I got some partners from 6-0, you understand me? Shout out to the homie Aldo. He was a transplant from 60s that came out here and started banging the hood. But anyway, anywho, in any gang, you know, you got different forms of gang members, bangers, whatever you may say. Just like the military, they got different branches. Like you got the Air Force, you got the Navy, you know, you got the National Guards, you know, you got the Coast Guards. You got people who may just be good D-boys. They may be hustlers. You got the pretty boy, you know, the fashion Crips, the party Crips, you know. You got people who just the alcoholics who hang out, people who just grew up in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? You got the players, you know what I'm saying? You got the P's. You dig what I'm saying? It's not everybody who is in a gang is not an unaliver. Because if everybody who was from a gang was an unaliver, then it'll be a lot more violence than you see perpetrated on the news and in the media. You know, you see a lot of people on social media who you may think that are tough and that, you know, they striking up on the wall and they got their pistols out and they saying F this hood and F that and whoopie wop this and whoopie wop that. I'm here to tell you, those are the softest dudes, you know. Those dudes are the clowns. You know, they may do some crash out stuff one time, but if stuff get real Mickey and tricky, they probably gonna be the ones that's gonna tell on you. They're gonna tell on everything. So some people are under the assumption that just because there's a big neighborhood, that all the people from that neighborhood are sliders. And so now that we got that out the way, we're gonna talk about gang bangers, right? Gang bangers, gang bang. Gang members are just members. And what I mean by gang banging, they don't just wall bang. They are on the hunt every day to catch something. They want to knock a op down. A gang banger don't give a damn about trucing. They not with no peace treaty. They not with none of that. When they see the enemy, wherever they see an enemy at, they gonna get cracking on him. Period, point blank. That's a gang banger. He wakes up in the morning to find a victim. He don't care about looking fly. He don't care about when the new next J is coming out. He don't care about going to no basketball game, no hanging out with his old lady. He don't give a damn about none of that. All he want to do is bang. I know some people who have never been to the beach before. That's what I'm talking about. They ain't never been to the beach. All they care about is what's going on in their neighborhood. Hell, to be honest with you, they've never experienced going to the other side of town like that. Now, I got some homies who never hung out in the country before. I got some homies who never been to 6th Street Park before. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? People just be entranced and they be stuck in their own little world. That's a gangbanger. Now, a gang member he's just a member. He just hangs around. He may even hang around some gang bangers, but he's not really a member. He's not really a banger. He just, maybe he lives in the neighborhood. Maybe his grandmother lived in the neighborhood. Maybe his auntie lived in the neighborhood, and that's where he frequents at. So he know some gang bangers. And he may be around when some functions happen. He may even got put on. And let me talk about that, because a lot of people nowadays don't even know what that is. Getting quartered on is when you get packed out, by a few members, and you get your official. I don't know if they still doing that these days, because I'm a square, like I said, but that's when you get your official, and you got to go back in my day. You had to go do one, you ain't a true one until you do one. And the reason why you had to go do one is because if something ever were to happen to you when you hanging out in the hood, your mother couldn't get at the homies like, well, my baby wasn't even like that, and he didn't do anything. You earn that. You earn your stripes. But a lot of people don't understand what it is to earn their stripes, man. A lot of people, it's a popularity contest going on now. If, you got a homie that's really with the functions, you don't got to be all the way with the functions. You can hang out and, it's the get along gang. Or if you got the powder bag, you understand me? Or the Pilly Willies, the Skittles, you understand me? You the man. You got a little dough. Some people will let certain things slide, like telling, like messing with them boys, if you know what I mean. A lot of things will slide, or even having bad stuff on your jacket, like S crimes. It's homies with S crimes, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna, get into that right now, but yeah, those are the things, and that I'm just differentiating the difference between gang bangers and gang members. There are a lot of gang members who fake and fraud like they gang bangers. I'm gonna tell y'all a story, man. One time I hit the county jail, right? I hit D-Pod on my way to Wasco reception, and prior to me leaving, I'm up in there in the county with the homie. At this time, they had to close the county jail now, so you got to hit that young Laredo. And it's just me and one homie, I ain't gonna say his name, and the rest was all, ops. And the homie, he was happy to see me. He's like, oh, Mac 11, what's up, cuz, my nigga? What's happening with you? I'm like, oh, what's up with you, my boy? What's cracking? You good? Yeah, I'm straight, man. And one of the Migos hop up and was like, oh, cuz, you banging now, cuz? Cuz ain't even bang, my nigga. Ooh, I'm gonna need that, bro. Ooh. I'm like, word? Why you tell you ain't bang, F, man? What's happening with you? Man, you gotta go get that. Yeah, you gotta go get that one, brother. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way. You dig what I'm saying? But that just go to show you, man. And dude turned out to be a reputable, though. He turned out to be a rider, you know what I'm saying? He did catch his fade. He lost the fade, but he fought. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he would have fought if I wasn't there, but I think that's what molded him and made him the person that he was, you know what I'm saying? He ended up passing on, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the homie. I ain't gonna say his name, but yeah, man, it be situations like that, man, because see, in that Young County jail, you don't got no weapons up off in there, man, unless you make a little makeshift one, man, and it was hard to do back then. But people always made a way. But long story long, man, this gangbanging stuff, man, is played out anyway, man. It's a lot of the young members still trying to hold up that still keep the traditional morals, man, and sticking to the script, man, and keeping it real, man. But for the most part, man, everybody telling. Things ain't the same. Like the homie Big Mitch from Super 6 said, man, they tore down the Gersons, man, and so it's really not even the same. But out here, it's equivalent to, the projects in 11th Street, man. And nobody live over there no more, man. Lakeview ain't Lakeview no more, man. Lakeview is MLK, man. Shout out to the Lakeview, them the homies, man. Shout out to the gangsters, man. Them is the homies, man. I was there when that started, man. I got a lot of homies, man. Free the homie Lil Pop, man. I got a lot of homies from over there, man, but it's definitely not the same, man. you know. And we trying to change it. We trying to make a way out of no way, man, and stop all this foolishness, man, and people going back and forth into that thing, man, and we making Rutgers Mortuary rich, man. But this is your host, Most the Great, Daily Dollar Short News, man. Live and direct, where we ride for respect, man. We out!